We're gonna be safe and sound tonight.
Hey, so this video is about our continued collective idiocy and collective stupidity and corruption. So this is a wonderful meme. I can't agree more with this meme. There was never any lockdown. There was just middle-class people hiding while working-class people brought them things. So you think Diner Dash, all of that stuff, Grubhub, Uber Eats, all of the people working in the restaurants, all these people are struggling to survive, paying their bills, all these real working-class people, while the fake fake working-class people, the middle class, the smug assholes, the oppressors, sat in their houses for months and patted themselves on the back and shamed the working class people, called them stupid, called them uneducated, like they've done for decades. The oppressor always belittles and insults and abuses their servants, right? The servant class is always abused financially, emotionally, verbally, and physically. The physical abuse has kind of been minimized as of in the modern era, but who knows, maybe it'll come back. So then here's some great top comment right here. Plenty of working class people work from home too. That's not true. That is literally not true. It's ridiculous pitting workers against workers based solely on the type of work you do. See, this is one of the middle class oppressors. And there's a lot of other middle class oppressors. 550 points. This is me spamming my channel. This is just a copy and paste I do. So yeah, it's a beautiful copy and paste. I love the internet era. It's just Control V. As far as I'm concerned, anyone with a net worth under £1 million is likely to be working class. What? Are you out of your fucking mind? Class is such a divisive thing and an archaic view, ultimately. It's the 1% and top 1% are the real issue. See, this is an oppressor. This is an oppressor manipulating the working class. And he's pushing... Oh, see, look. Oh, he's talking about Marxism and socialism. See, this is the enemy right here. This guy. Let me zoom in. I'm sorry. This is... There we go. This guy right here, Modern Massacre. He is the enemy. He is the oppressor. This is how they talk. Class is such a divisive thing. But then he says, no, it's not me. It's the people above me. It's the people... Don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to lonely old me with $1 million net worth who gets tax money from the government. But yeah, right here, this one's good too. The term middle class was invented by the upper class. Actually, the word bourgeoisie translates to middle class. But these people they need to manipulate you, to rob you, to implement Marxism so that you are paying them rent forever. They want the working class to give them 2/3 of their income to pay rent to them and give them all ownership of everything, and they want to consolidate power, they want to consolidate money. It's greed, and it plays off of envy. It's really the most disgusting and shameful thing that has ever existed is Marxism. And that's not even an exaggeration. It's the most dangerous, shameful, immoral thing that has virtually ever existed on this planet. Like, even feudalism, right? Feudalism didn't lie and deceive two populations against each other. It was the king and everyone else. And if the king's taxes were too high, everyone turns against him. And when I say, quote, too high, the kings are usually charging like 2 or 3 or 4%. But when you have 2/3 of the population suppressing 1/3 of the population, they will suck that 1/3 of the population dry, and they'll abuse and they'll destroy, and they will belittle the working class. They'll belittle their servants to homelessness, and then they'll say, "Oh, he has mental illness. Oh, he's an idiot. He has some mental problems," and they'll dismiss their own complicity in the destruction of their fellow man. It is they're completely absolved of any blame, of any part in the oppressive system that they support and that they benefit from. Here's another one. And yet middle-class people, even on this subreddit, are all too happy to express their distaste for the poor. Oh, you don't say. They've done that for as long as I've been alive. According to Marx, I should have solidarity with workers on far higher wages than mine, and most people I know. See, look, fucking Marx. Oh, but I know how most people, most middle-class people think of us, too. Yeah, middle-class people hate you. Because deep down, here's me, the voice of reason. Deep down, they know they're your oppressor, and you, their servant. Ain't that the truth? But you know, people don't like to hear the truth. Oh man, Jesus told the truth. Look what they did to him. This is absolutely right, and honestly, a lot of people need to hear it because it's fucking ridiculous how often I see people who are well off speak that way about low-wage workers. But that's different from implying that working-class people that worked from home during lockdown were not working class. A lot of people, though, a lot of those people working from home were lower-wage workers. Yeah, this isn't true. None of this is true. They're tricked by the ruling class. No, they're fucking manipulating you, you fucking retard. Oh my god. You know, I can't stand the middle class. The middle class is disgusting. It's a disgusting group of people. It really is. Now here, Wall Street Bets. This is such a joy of the internet. Modern capitalism, or at least what dumb middle class people think modern capitalism is. The dumb, privileged middle class attempting to do what they believe is their own bastardized version of capitalism. Me watching my grandma's inherited money that she worked hard for disappear in a well-calculated YOLO. Oh my god. This is 26,000. This subreddit, if you've never been, is... I don't even participate in this bullshit, but it's really depressing to actually watch other people participate in it. Like, I've seen so many screenshots of people losing $100,000 overnight, and they have like they invest like $200,000, and over the course of like 2 or 3 days, they lose half of it, and then they lose the other half like at the end of the week. What is this? So, it's just, this subreddit is a total shit show. It's such an embarrassment. Here you go. Oops. If you're losing money, okay, here's a pro tip. If you're losing money, you're not investing. Investing means you make money. Investing means you earn money. There's no such thing as losing money in real investing. In bonds, if you're buying our ecology bonds, there's a 0% chance you lose money. There's a 0% chance your net worth goes down, and there's a 100% chance your net worth goes up. 100.0000000% chance of your net worth going up. And look at this guy. He lost 88% of his investment. And this is so fucking common on this subreddit. I've seen people lose like $250,000. Look at this. 94%. You lost 94% of your fucking money. This is over and over and over again. You need to start stockpiling stocks now. My stonks. Oh, I'm losing. This is a casino. Yeah, no shit, bro. One person had a brief moment of clarity in this clusterfuck of humanity. It's so embarrassing. You all should be fucking embarrassed. Unbelievable. This whole stock market is so inflated from Corona money. $6 trillion of Corona money being thrown at it by the Federal Reserve. The whole fucking thing is about to crumble like a house of cards. And every single middle-class schmuck on this godforsaken subreddit is going to lose their entire life savings at the exact same time. Because they're fucking retards. That's why. Every single one of them. Like, compare what all these idiots do. Oh, he YOLO'd his $50,000 life savings. And he lost it all. Huh. Wow, what a surprise. Oh share how much you lost today? Probably a lot. I want to feel better about my losses. Oh, rationality in a retard's market. Hey, maybe he has a slight moment of clarity as well. So this is just a sea of morons. This is a sea of privileged middle-class morons throwing their money away on stonks over and over and over again. And if you even say the word bonds to any of these fucking retards, they're gonna shout you down and kick you out of the fucking... You're probably gonna get banned from the subreddit, honestly. These people have no idea what capitalism is. They have no idea what investment is. And at this point, I don't think they ever will. They're just too far gone. They're too brain dead. This is all this money being thrown away too is money that's stolen from the working class. It's money that has been stolen off of the backs of the working class. It's the sweat of the working class that's just being thrown into a giant digital money pit where it's burned. It's burned up. And it probably ends up in the hands of the top 0.1%, 0.01%, because they just swing the market really quick. They destabilize the market with all this digital money, all of this freshly printed digital money. And when the market is very unstable, it moves against these small investors and it wipes them out. And it's just the same thing over and over. Meanwhile, with bonds, you have a 100% chance to get over 100% of your money back. And how many people here lost their life savings? So, if you watched my last video about meritocracy, this is what your average college used to look like. This is what your average university used to look like. And every single person in this photograph forked over, what, $50,000? Maybe $60,000 or $70,000? Just do the math. Every single person in this photo could have owned their own 3D cement printer. They could have been making 4 houses a month. Every single person in this photo could be manufacturing 4 houses a month. And how many concrete printers did these people buy? If you took every person in this photo and multiplied them, cloned them 1,000 times, how many 3D cement printers would they own? The answer, I know for a fact actually, the answer is 0. The answer is 0 3D cement printers. And the most curious part of that fact is that everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about it. Oh, did you know that they could 3D print houses now? They could 3D print houses now. Oh man, they're gonna 3D print houses soon. Who the fuck is they? Who is they? Everyone says they. Do you know who they is? They is that lone capitalist, that 1 in 10,000 person who actually fucking does it, who puts their money where their mouth is. That's who they is. I didn't know. Do they make that? I didn't know they made that. It's a capitalist every single time. Socialists make nothing. What socialists do is they lie to the working class, they abuse the working class, they impoverish the working class, and they put the working class in a permanent state of severe poverty and severe suffering. That's what socialists do. They never create anything, they never will create anything. Ever. I don't care if you have 1 billion of them for 100 years and they're each stealing $100,000 a year. Not a single one of them will ever create shit. They're too busy voting and they're too busy abusing the working class and lying to the working class. These people are worthless. Every single person in this photograph is fucking worthless. And they never will have value unless they get a fucking job, and then they can learn what it's like to be a tax slave. Here's another good one. You remember that time when politicians in government schools spent decades telling 2 full generations to simply go to college? And then they got $1.5 trillion in debt getting degrees, and then those degrees all turned out to be worthless? Man, that was awesome. Yeah, that was awesome. It really shows the power of the sheeple. the power of the ruling class, to just boss you around and tell you exactly what to fucking do, and you just eat it up. And then anyone who has a single thought that deviates from the orders of the ruling class, oh, well, he's insane, he's an idiot, he's a dangerous Republican, he's a lunatic, he needs to be thrown in a mental institution because he's not obeying every single word and every single decree from the television. You know, that's why he's an insane person, and that's why he's retarded. That's why he has a low IQ, he's not human, he needs to be locked up, etc., etc., etc. I've heard it all 100,000 times, trust me. So it wouldn't be a traveling through time video without some mathematics, and here we go. Number of students currently enrolled in college. This is 2019, so it's probably down about 90% from where it is. Next year, it'll be down 100%. Average credit hours, 15. Do the math, that's 1,400 hours you spend sitting in class. $88,000 is your average bachelor's degree cost. You spent $61 per hour sitting in class. That's, if you're wondering, that's what you pay every time you go to class. That works out to be $440 billion per year that we're spending on college. That is there's from Google as well, total outstanding student loans, 1.6 trillion. Here is your government student loan interest rate. 9% is what everybody's paying, or what everyone used to be paying. They might have lowered it after COVID, but this is what it used to be. That is $144 billion a year just in interest paid on your student loans. That is 50 arcology cities we can build every single year in the United States just with interest payments just on student loans. That is 7.2 million people housed every single year. Now this is your college spending. This is using the $440 billion figure. That's 152 arcologies per year. If you add these two, you have 200, because you could add these two together. And then just this is 152 is housing 21.8 million people per year, or 6.6% of the total U.S. population. Also with your $440 billion, you can convert that into 3D cement printers per year. That is 7.3 million 3D cement printers every single year. And of course, the actually purchased number is 0. And here is your hours per year of college students spent learning nothing. 7.2 billion hours. So, nothing of value. So, what's really fascinating with mathematics, if you don't know this, is almost everything is multiplication. Like, these formulas, I would say 90 to 95% of every single formula I've ever made is strictly multiplication and division. Now, division is multiplication. Multiplication and division are actually the same. They're actually identical. And subtraction, or addition and subtraction, are also identical. So they're the same. It's just when you're subtracting, you're just adding negative numbers. And when you're dividing, you're just multiplying fractions. If that makes sense to you. It probably didn't make sense to you. But anyway, multiplication, right, is the theory of relativity. Everything is relative to everything else. So everything is ratios. The entire universe is just a series of multiplicative ratios. And this ratio right here, 7.3 million to 0, is a ratio. That's the chance or the percentage of a socialist Marxist college student buying a 3D cement printer. We have tested this in reality. The actual ratio is 7.3 million to 0. Now, if you know anything about how math works, if you have a ratio with 0, it doesn't matter what this number is. This number could be 5 trillion. This number could be 5 million trillion. And the actually purchased number will still remain as 0. That's how 0 works. It's a black hole. Quite literally a circle, a 0. So, yeah, there's a real problem here. I don't know if you guys have picked up on this yet. I don't know if any neurons are firing about what kind of issues arise with these numbers and what this kind of reveals to you. It's a little concerning about humanity, about human nature, isn't it? Following the crowd. Just because everyone else is doing something doesn't mean it's correct. It doesn't mean it's true. It doesn't mean it has value. It doesn't mean it helps people. Like, what is it? Why does a degree help anyone? What does it accomplish? No one's really asked that. With where's the hours per year? 7.2 billion hours per year. No one has really asked that question. What's the point of a degree? Anyway, I think that's it for this video. Thank you, and have a nice day. If you want to see a new and better world come to fruition, as I do, then like, share, and subscribe. You can find an incredible amount of math, knowledge, and 3D renders by clicking on the channel name. And remember, we need you to help spread this vision across the internet for all to see and become familiar with. Let us build this new world together.